So in this video today, I want to share with you how to transition from your content to an offer. So in other words, you're delivering a story, you're delivering some content. How do you transition that awkward point from your content to your offer so that people opt in and buy your stuff? Hi, my name's Colin Boyd, creator of Sell From Stage Academy and the Conversion Story Formula. And I help coaches and trainers create high converting presentations that sell. We've got over 10,000 students around the world, so I'm in a unique position where I know what works and what doesn't. And the intention of this video is to help you to access your potential to grow your business and just go to that next level. Okay, so when it comes down to doing a presentation, there are so many ways that you can deliver content. In our Sell From Stage Academy program, we talk about the 3 signature talks that you need. The 3 signature talks is you need a sharp sell. A sharp sell is basically a presentation that leads directly to an offer, right? So you're gonna do content, remember we talked about content, you're gonna deliver content and then you're gonna transition to an offer, and the offer will be to actually buy something. That could be your course, could be a coaching program, etc. That's a great, I think every coach, course creator should have a sharp sell, right? The second type of talk you need that is content-based is a soft sell. Now what's interesting is the soft sell is the same as a sharp sell, but it's got a different out, like it's got a different close. So in other words, you're gonna deliver your presentation, then you're gonna transition, and the offer will be to download something, to book in a call, to just connect with you, right? That could be the next step. It's a soft sell. And the final one is called a no sell. And a no sell is like a classic keynote, but if you design it right, what will happen is you'll transition and people will come up to you after and say, hey, how do we work together, right? That's the goal. So sharp sell, soft sell, no sell. They're the 3 types of delivery content pieces, and then you've got to transition. Now, when you transition from your content to your offer, there are many types of offers that you could have, right? You could have an offer of a course, you could have an offer of a coaching session, you could have an offer of booking in a discovery call, you could have an offer of downloading a PDF, right? There are multiple things that people can kind of do as an action. But here's the challenge. The challenge is, how do you do that transition? Now, there are 8 very specific scripts that we use in Sell From Stage Academy, in some of our other programs. I want to take you through one of those scripts today. In fact, you're going to be able to use this right away. And this is my challenge for you, is that once you learn this today, in a minute, I want you to actually take this script and use it. You could use it with your story. Maybe you're going to share your story, and then you're going to use this script to transition to download maybe just a lead magnet, like a PDF or something like that. That would be a really good little challenge. So you ready for this? You up for it? Let's go. So the first concept you have to understand with transitioning well is the idea of resonating. I love this idea of resonating with your audience, because to make a transition from content to offer, first of all, you need to resonate or build rapport with the audience. Because essentially what you're asking them to do is to take an action step. You're leading the audience. So a transition is actually leading the audience out of one level of rapport with you into the next step and getting them to take a next step. If you study NLP or coaching, they talk about the idea of pace, lead. And pace, lead is the idea that you have to build rapport with people before you lead them into the next step. The reason why people aren't taking the next step with you is because they're not resonating enough with your content. Now, the purpose of this video is not to go deep into that area today, but it's just something to be aware of, is that your content must resonate deeply with your audience. And it should also be very connected to the next step of the offer itself. And so sometimes people get obsessed about the script, and the script is important, like the language you use to transition. But also what is important is the way you resonate and the offer itself and that connectivity, right? So the first idea in understanding transitions and how transitions work is realizing that you have to resonate with the audience first. The second big idea in understanding transitions well is this idea of assuming agreement. So once you've built some resonance with the audience, some connection and rapport, I think you should have some level of assumed agreement to make that transition. So in other words, in your mind, you can somewhat assume that we have some resonance especially if first of all, you do have to understand your audience. You have to understand what drives them, what they want, what their challenges are. And if you do that well, I think you've earned the right to assume that there is some level of agreement. And when you assume there's some level of agreement, there's greater certainty in your transition from your content to your offer, right? So the second idea is just assume agreement, but you're also going to make sure that you do the work to get that agreement at the front end, right? So it's not just basic blind assumption. It's do the work, connect with the audience, and then we're going to do this transition. So you ready for the transition? Okay, so let me take you through the transition. This is something that you could use, I think, in your everyday content delivery. If you're delivering videos, if you're delivering your story, we have a program called the Conversion Story Formula where people deliver their story and then they transition out. Here's a nice little transition you can use. You can say, for those of you who have resonated, remember I said the word resonate, for those of you who have resonated with the story I just shared or the content I just shared, I'd love to share with you the next steps of how you can implement that in your life. So what it is called X, whatever the name is, and what it will give you is Y, and you can get it by doing Z, right? So that's basically the flow of it. So you can say something like, remember you're going to use the word resonate. Have you resonated with the content today? If you have, I'd love to share with you what the next steps looks like for implementing that in your life right now. So the next step is called the Conversion Story Formula. The Conversion Story Formula is a specific step-by-step process that helps you as a content creator build a story that connects with their audience and moves them into their programs. The easiest way to grab that is just go to conversionstoryformula.com. Now, that is actually really the next step, but I just wanted to give you an example of that, right? So imagine I told a bit of content and then I say, have you resonated with me? Has this been helpful? If it has, I'd love to share with you the next step and how you can implement that in your life. It's called the Conversion Story Formula. It's a step-by-step program that helps coaches and course creators design stories that sell. The easiest way to grab that is just go to conversionstoryformula.com. Okay, I just did my own transition then. You can use that exact script to transition out of content, out of a story, whatever you're delivering, straight into the next step, into downloading a PDF, buying a mini course, buying your program, whatever it is. Does that help? I'd love to know. Put it in the comments. What's been most helpful from today's conversation that we've had from this video? Make sure you subscribe. If you subscribe, it enables the channel to grow, and then I can bring more of these videos to you. And you know what to do. Go and check out the conversionstoryformula.com. The link will be in the show notes, and that would be your next step.